for joining me on Friday Night Frenzy. I'm Tyree Smith. We're in week 5 of high school football, and things are heating up before we get to the playoffs. So, some storylines for this week were, how was Escanaba going to fare in their first game of the season against #1 ranked Marquette? And it's Iron Mountain. Well, unfortunately, that game got canceled, folks. We'll talk more about that later. But there was other storylines such as Calumet and Hancock. Well, they had 2 weeks off. So how were they going to look? So many storylines, so many great things going on. Let's go ahead and take a look. Game of the week, baby. It was Escanaba's first game of the season as they take on Marquette. Eskimos on offense and QB Brandon Frazier. He's going to get taken down by the Marquette defenders. Big defensive game you'll see later, folks. Very next play, Frazier. He's going to pass to senior Tyler Lawson. Lawson with the cutback. He goes down the left side. Lawson, he has room. He has space. Nobody else is in front of him. Teammates are with him. He gets to the end zone, but a big problem, unsportsmanlike conduct was on that play, but it wasn't on Lawson. It was earlier in the play, so they called that back. Very weird call. Never seen that before. Definitely changed the game and the course early on. Lawson, he's going to try and figure this out, but gets intercepted by Ty Lauderman. It definitely was something Frazier did not expect. They wouldn't do anything with that one, so they turn it over. Moving on a few possessions later, running back Desmond Mullen with the carry on the left side, and he has space, y'all. He has space. He's going up the sideline, but he eventually is going to get pushed out of bounds by defenders. Definitely a good run on that one. A few plays later, I want y'all to take a look at this one. Escanaba wasn't playing with that hit right there. Oh, my goodness. They were playing good defensive ball. Flip it to the field, and my man Brady Wright, he wasn't happy with that one in the last clip. He's angry as he basically walks into the end zone for the score. And after the field goal, Marquette takes a 14-0 lead. Later in 3 minutes and a half, Esky moving fast. Frazier passes to Brian Mackey, but a vicious hit and slam by Desmond Mullen put a halt to that game. But to be the best in this, you have to be quick on your mind. Forget things. And that's what Mackey did as he gets a big gain after that hit on him for the catch, puts him in great field position. Few plays later, there's no timeouts. Clock is less than 10 seconds. Frazier's going to have to pass his ball. Heaves it to the end zone, almost picked off, and that will do it on that and a half, folks. Marquette blew it wide open the second half to clinch their second GNC title. Now, Patriot territory as Westwood played host to the Gogebic Miners. First quarter, Westwood on offense, and this is a great catch right here by Marcus Bowles. I like that one right there. Looking like Odell a little bit. Very next play, Westwood hands it off to Travis Unrun. He breaks the tackle, and he's going down the field, but he's going to get tackled by Griffin McLaughlin. Now, a few plays later, Garrett, man. He is a man, folks. Takes it up to the end zone for the score. First score of the game for both sides. They'll make it 7-0 after the field goal. And I apologize for the shaky camera work. My man Ronnie, he got faked out, but Westwood recovered on the onside. Nobody saw that. Scott Sergila doing wonders. Later on, man, he's running up the carry, making defenders miss, and he eventually gets it close to the end zone. And it was almost as if this was watching a replay, because Westwood ran the same play, and man took it in for a second score of the game. Now this is snow, baby. It was snowing outside, but nobody cares about that. They were still playing hard. Good run right there by man. And very next play, it was the man's show tonight, folks. He dove into the end zone for his third score of the game. Big running game for Westwood tonight as they won at home 42-8, the final. Now, let's take a look around the Upper Peninsula at some other scores. Number 4, Gladstone lost their second game in a row to Menominee, 41-0 shutout. And number 2 ranked Sault Ste. Marie with only 6 points in their loss to Kingsley. It's definitely going to be a shakeup in the rankings next week. And here we have St. Ignace with the nail-biter of a win against Rogers City, 21-20, while Brimley got their upper hand against the Cougars Superior Central, 34-12 the final. Now, it was a big matchup here as Calumet taking on the Hancock Bulldogs. Calumet leading in the third, 20-10. And now Austin Sonley with the carry on the right side, gaining yards, outrunning defenders until he's eventually pushed out. Few plays later, Hancock, where they're trying to score fast. And this one's going to be denied by the Copper Kings. Next is 4th and goal. Bulldogs need something right now. Connor McLear rolling to his right. He sees somebody. He passes it. But nobody was there. Turnover on downs. And Copper Kings, well, they were backed up, but they did something with it, folks. Paul Strauss was with the big carry on the right side. He eventually be brought down a few plays later. Dryden Nelson Dryden Nelson. That was the name, and that was all they would see if they had his name on the back, as he takes it all the way down the right sideline with the slide in the end zone for a big touchdown. 27-10 Calumet. Later on, Copper Kings with the ball. Hancock not having it. Hard-fought game on both sides, but number 7, Copper Kings prevailed 34-18. And taking a look at some other scores, Rudyard and Engadine. Rudyard, they pitched a shutout, and I mean a shutout against Engadine on the road, 60-0. While the number 3 ranked Munising, they take their first loss of the season to number 5 Cedarville, 32-8. The Gremlins were back in action for the second time this season against the hot Negaunee team. First quarter Gremlins, well, they're trying to get the run game going down the left side, and it's going to be a nice gain on the play, but it won't be enough for the first. Very next, Gremlins, they put it in the position, but it's going to be blocked by Eli Locala, something you're not used to seeing in the UP. Miners, they get it in great field position there on offense, and now Nash Hiller. He is a harsh running back, folks. He inflicts pain. You're going to see missed tackle going down the left side, and he has a little bit of space in front of him, but he fumbles the ball. But it's going to be recovered by the Miners. Few plays later, and my man, well, he hands it off to his other friend who pushes it in. Lucas Nelson caps off the drive with a nice run, easy 1-yard score. A few possessions later, Gremlins, they're going to stop this 4th and goal, and it was lots of defense in this ball game. But Houghton, they came out victorious in overtime, 15-13 the final. Now we're over in Gwen for senior night, taking on West Iron County Wycons. This is the first home game of the season for Monotowners, and they want to be 1-0. First quarter, Maston Love bobbles the snap into the red zone, but he's not giving up on the play, scrambling to his right side, and he just dives in for the first touchdown of the game. Talk about improvising, 2-point attempt after, and this time, it's Carl Peterson taking the snap, lofting it to the big man who catches with one hand and gets it in for 2. I like that. Still into the first quarter, Wycons on offense, and they want a big chunk on the play. Time being perfected, broken up. That's great defense, heads up the play by defender. Wycons on the punt, but snap sails over his head, trying to make a play out of it, but it's just going to be a big loss by the Wycons on 4th down. Not a good one. Later in the half, Wycons trying to make something happen. Gage Larson scrambling, putting on a little bit of moves, and he's down the left side, and what? He gets to the goal line. What a play, hard fought. He goes ahead and gets in there, but West Iron County, they came out victorious, 20-14 in overtime. Now, in more 8-man scores, this was Forest Park's second game of the season, folks. And you know what? They beat the number 6 ranked, Stevenson, 32-22. And you want to know some stats? You really want to know some stats? This is what I call rushing. This is what I would have liked to have if I was a running back during them. Gabe Sarskara, for the Trojans, 20 carries, 213 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Yeah, Ronnie's face right now is priceless. And then the second back, Tommy Showers, 27 carries. And you know how many he had? 126 yards and a touchdown. That is a dominant rushing attack. While Newberry, they brought the hammer to Carney-Nato. They won 55-8.